Thank you for that introduction. Thanks for your welcome. I'd like to introduce to you Matsa Resources. I've done this once or twice before, and some of you have heard us talk previously. But we want to do something a little bit different today, and hopefully I'll make a presentation that'll keep you quite interested. The company, I'm sure you all know, Matsa Resources, code's MAT. We've got very small number of shares out on issue, 271 million shares. Our market cap is circa $27 million. We think it is a very, very low number, and we're certainly trying to do things to get that increased. We have a $4 million debt, so our EV is around $30 million, which I think is a compelling investment. Top 20 shareholders control some 57%. You'll see JP Morgan's, BNP Paribas, and Deutsche Balaton there are our major shareholders. And you'll see little old me hold just under 5%. I've been acquiring on market recently, and I have over the years. So I'd like to think I've put my money where my mouth is. Our directors, you will notice a recent addition. Mr. Blampain, who I'll introduce to you in a little bit, was appointed yesterday. He's been working with us for 6 months. We've been very impressed by who he is and what he's capable of, so we've admitted him to the board, and we think that Pascal will be a substantial asset to us in achieving what we want to achieve. A couple of months ago, we made an announcement to the market. And that announcement was our new strategy, our new outlook. Over the last few years, we have done small-scale mining. Some of it was very profitable, very worthwhile. For example, Red Dog, we made $5 million in about 3-4 months profit at time. And then Red October. It's been a wonderful thing that we did for the last 18-odd months. We put it in production in June of 2019, and we've produced some 11,000 ounces of gold, and we've been able to demonstrate we can do it profitably and we can actually achieve a good result. But what we really want to do is become a mid-tier producer. We don't want to remain a small-time producer. We currently have 515,000 ounces of gold in resource. We have some small reserves. We have 2 current mining projects in Red October and Fortitude. We've got a 3rd mining project, Devon, which encompasses a Devon Pit and several other satellite prospects. We've got a sensational exploration pipeline, 503 square kilometres of high-quality exploration ground. And what we've decided as a company to make us become a mid-tier producer is increase our resource, develop a reserve, and we can do that via drilling. So we've decided that we will drill, we'll keep drilling. We've got a fantastic project, and the only way to build a resource there is by drilling it, and that's what we will do. The Red October mine, a very quick summary, 173,000 ounces of gold there now at 5.8 grams per tonne. We think that is a fantastic building step. Our production in our last quarter produced 1,500 ounces of gold. Our cash costs were $1,259 Australian. Our all-in sustaining costs were $2,200. If we have our own mill, our own 600,000 tonne per annum mill, we believe we can drop our all-in sustaining costs by about $600 an ounce. And that's what we want to achieve. We think we can have a mill at our site within the next 24 months. So to that end, we'll reduce our production at Red October and concentrate on underground exploration. We will do a little bit further development so that we can develop access drives for that exploration. We'll still probably produce a little bit of gold and deliver that to Anglo Gold through our ore purchase agreement, but that won't be our focus. Very importantly is our Fortitude Stage 2. This mine is ready to go. At $2,500 an ounce Aussie, this mine will make $55 million profit within 22 months. We've had this project now for about 18 months and ready to go, and it needs a home for its ore. Having our own plant will give it a home. Very importantly is our Devon. It's a Devon Pit, which includes Hill East, It includes Lin 1. And we think that we can produce a resource. We think we can produce a optimised pit shell here within the next 12, 20 weeks. And we think that'll look at least as good as what Fortitude currently looks at. And we think between this, Fortitude and Red October is our pathway to our mill. We're going to do that by focusing on those three areas, and that's what we'll do in the next 12 months. We've got a very detailed planned work schedule, and in interest of saving time, I will allow you to read this. This announcement got put to the market today, so it's all available for you. But very importantly, we've appointed Pascal Blampain to the board. He's a geologist of 27 years' experience, and he will help us guide the company and develop those resources. So we said we'll do something different. So without further ado, I'd like to invite Pascal up to the podium and take over this presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Ladies and gentlemen, very pleased to be here today. I wanted to share a bit of some of the highlights of our work activities over the last 6 months or so that actually are leading to delivering the company's strategy. And we're in a very good position, launching pad here with regards to our resources. We've got just over 500,000 ounces in resource. As you can see there, reasonably healthy grades in terms of open pit and the underground resources. Over the course of the next couple of quarters, as Paul's mentioned, we expect to actually start to increase that resource base. And in particular, Devon, we will be delivering an updated resource over the course of the next 6, maybe 10 weeks or so. And there's a couple of other projects to follow that as well. Last year in August, we released our sort of exploration targets, and these basically form the basis of our key projects that we believe will deliver an additional 1 million ounce to our existing resource base. The overall strategy in a graphical representation here, so you can see a centralised mill fed by a series of advanced projects at the moment. We've got quite a few earlier stage exploration projects that we think will deliver as well. At the end of the day, at the moment, it's premised on Red October, Fortitude and Devon Pit, and we can see that actually starting to lead the pathway to a continuous mining production. So Fortitude, as Paul said, is ready to go. Red October, we're resetting that a little bit. We've got 173,000 ounces in resource. I know we're going to increase that, where we've got a fair bit of material that needs a little bit more drilling, and we'll convert that into a JORC compliant resource as well. And there's a lot of exploration to do on top of that. So currently we're going through mine design process of the resource, and that long planning is very important for our long-term mining plan. At Devon, we're modelling that, and as Paul said, we expect that to start to match, if not better, the Fortitude Stage 2. And then with some discovery and upgrades, we can see that by 2023, we'll be in a position for continuous sort of commercial type production. Our tenement package, it's a target-rich package based on the major regional structure, the Barneycote East Fault. That the package is centred around the Lake Carey region, and we're in a good address there with Wallaby up to the north and Sunrise Dam almost in the sort of centralised region where we sit. So the Barneycote East Fault is the eastern extension of the Laverton tectonic belt, and obviously what we're targeting are the main secondary and third order structures that host things like Sunrise Dam and Red October. In particular, in terms of these the prospects, they're colour-coded by exploration stage. The red is the more advanced areas, prospects, and then all the way down to the blue, which is our target generation. In terms of our plan going forward for the next couple of years, you can see here we've got a number of projects in the exploration pipeline all the way from target generation. We've got quite a few advanced projects, but I want to draw your attention to a few projects in here that are relatively new. These were not even on the books 12 weeks ago, so they're fairly new, and I've got a couple of slides to show you those, and we're quite excited about what they actually might deliver us. The Devon Pit, late last year we finished a drilling program, and there's a smattering of drill intercepts there for your perusal. We released all those at the end of the year, and right now we are modelling that up, and as I said earlier, we expect to produce a resource by the end of the quarter, and there's some optimisation work leading into mining studies of feasibility during Q2, and we should have that delivered by the end of Q3. But that's not the end of the story for Devon. We also have a prospect there, we've called it Lin 1. So Devon sits just up in here. Lin 1 is a fantastic 1.1 kilometre anomaly with gold, coincident arsenic, tellurium, and we also have a very strong EM signature here that was generated in the SAM survey that we did late last year. So there's a little bit of historical drilling as well. These drill holes are drilled towards the east, so we actually we think that it hasn't really tested this anomaly. Grades in these drill holes are 3s, 5s and 10s. Basically, there's a key structure coming down in the north-south direction through the Devon Pit and probably goes in through this drilling area here, and we expect this zone here might actually blow out to something quite significant. At Red October, we're currently mining and exploring here at the bottom of the mine. We're putting in a new development drive in here, and importantly for us, we've had a 67% upkick in ounces against the original resource model. So we've still got the original Saracen model. We haven't done a lot of drilling since taking over the mine, and so there's been no real need to update that model. We are updating that now in light of some new drilling, but in particular the new drilling and the development has actually shown that the ore system is substantially stronger and thicker in many places than what was originally modelled. So that gives us a lot of encouragement in terms of the depth extensions of the mine, and then we've got quite a number of targets here to a long strike to the north and a long strike to the south for in-mine targeting. But again, that's not the end of the story for Red October. We've got here a picture that indicates the distribution of that 173,000 ounces in resource. Traditionally, the resource has been reported at a 5 gram cutoff. Now, most of you know that lots of underground mines actually perform quite well and can make good money at 3 grams. So what I've done is taken the resource, used a 2 gram cutoff, run an optimisation process through it, so a mine shape optimising process, and that's the outcome of that work. So 173,000 ounces of mineable shape. What we've still yet to do is actually put a mine plan together on that, run the economics, and actually work a life of mine plan. In addition to this, something that's intrigued me since I've joined Matsa is we've got 2 pits. We've only got 1 underground mine, so the question obviously to me is why is that the case? Now, the literature says, oops, sorry, wrong way. The literature says that this pit here is paleochannel gold. Now, that's not uncommon. You see that same thing at Wallaby, and you see it as well as at Sunrise Dam, but both of those have substantial underground mines associated with that. So last year, through a research program with Merriwa and the University of Curtin, a seismic program was done about 350 metres, northeast of the pit of Red October, and you can see here some key strong structures, and this probably equates to the Marlin and Red October shear zone. There's another one out here further to the west. But there's a strong feature through here on that eastern side that I was curious about, And so this section actually looks to the southwest. Overlaying that section against the aerial plan of Red October, so to the southwest, we're looking back this way again now, and these structures here, if you project them up to surface, that western one comes out here, and then we've got the main structures through there, and we've got one here that looks like it projects underneath the eastern pit, which to me makes a bit more sense with regards to mineralisation. So we modelled those up in 3D. Sat them against the mine grid and the drilling, and in particular, what encourages me as well is that they sit perfectly with some SAM work that was completed by Saracen in 2014. So again, that reinforces that these targets are quite real. There are 5 holes throughout these 2 things, and 3 of those holes are wedges based off a single parent. So in essence, we've got 3 pierce points in these 2 targets, and you can see the footprint of these things are quite significant. And these intersections all have the excellent sort of alteration assemblage you'd expect to see, and kicks in gold. So these are really exciting new targets for Red October that could completely change the outlook for that mine. So, ladies and gentlemen, just in summary, as Paul mentioned before, we have got to refocus. We've got a commitment to change the outcome of Matsa's operations over the course of the last few months. We've got a fantastic story. It's an exciting story. We're in booth 24. Come along and have a chat. Thank you.